Picture this: a 5'8" guard weaving through giants, dishing no-look passes that'd make Magic Johnson proud. No, we're not talking about a video game glitch. This is Yuki Kawamura, the Japanese sensation who's turning heads in the NBA preseason. But can he defy the odds and secure a spot in the world's toughest basketball league? Let's rewind the clock. Born in Fukuoka, Japan, Yuki Kawamura wasn't exactly destined for NBA stardom. In a country where baseball reigns supreme and basketball's barely on the radar, Kawamura chose the road less traveled. But why basketball? What sparked this passion in a nation that's produced more sumo wrestlers than NBA players? Growing up, Kawamura was always the smallest kid on the court. But instead of letting it discourage him, he used it as fuel. He'd spend hours watching videos of NBA point guards, studying their moves, their decision-making, their ability to control the game, despite often being the smallest player on the court. Names like Steve Nash, Chris Paul, and Tony Parker weren't just players to him, they were blueprints for success. At Fukuoka Daiichi High School, Kawamura wasn't just good, he was a force of nature. He led his team to back-to-back All-Japan High School tournament titles. That's like winning March Madness twice, but with more pressure and less pizza. His performances in these tournaments weren't just impressive, they were legendary. Stories of the small guard who played like a giant spread throughout Japan's basketball community. But Kawamura was just getting started. At 18, he became the youngest player ever in Japan's B-League. Imagine being barely old enough to vote and already playing pro ball. That's Kawamura for you. This wasn't just a personal achievement, it was a statement to every kid in Japan who dreamed of playing basketball professionally. Kawamura was proving that with enough skill and determination, anything was possible. In his first season with San and Neo Phoenix, he averaged 12.6 points, 2 rebounds, and 3.09 assists per game. Not bad for a rookie, right? But for Kawamura, it wasn't enough. He saw these numbers not as accomplishments, but as baselines to improve upon. His work ethic became legendary. Teammates would arrive for practice to find Kawamura already there, drenched in sweat, working on his game. He moved to the Yokohama B Corsairs, and that's when things got real. Over 3 seasons, he put up numbers that'd make any point guard jealous. 16.6 points, 3 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game. Oh, and did we mention he was named MVP for the 2022-23 season? Yeah, he did that too. But it wasn't just about the stats. Kawamura was changing the way the game was played in Japan. His speed, his vision, his ability to make everyone around him better. It was revolutionary. But Kawamura wasn't content with just dominating in Japan. He set his sights on the international stage. In the 2024 Olympics, he nearly led Japan to a shocking upset over France. We're talking about a team with NBA stars like Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama. Kawamura dropped 29 points, grabbed 7 rebounds, and dished out 6 assists. Against Giants, he played like one. This performance wasn't just impressive, it was a coming-out party on the global stage. Now, let's talk about what makes Kawamura special. First off, his court vision is ridiculous. He sees passing lanes that don't even exist yet. It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head, and maybe a few on the sides too. Watch him play, and you'll see him make passes that seem impossible. He's not just reacting to the defense, he's anticipating, creating opportunities out of thin air. His speed? It's off the charts. Kawamura zips around the court like he's got rocket boosters in his shoes. Defenders blink and he's gone, leaving them wondering if they just saw a ghost. But it's not just straight-line speed. His change of direction, his ability to stop and start on a dime, it's elite. He uses this speed not just to blow by defenders, but to create space for his teammates. But perhaps his most impressive trait is his fearlessness. At 5'8", Kawamura's playing in a league where the average height is somewhere around really tall, and holy crap, that's tall. But does he back down? Nope. He goes right at them, using his low center of gravity to his advantage. Watch him drive the lane, and you'll see him weaving through forests of arms, finding ways to get his shot off or make a pass that shouldn't be possible. Kawamura's got a bag of tricks that'd make Houdini jealous. His handles are tight, allowing him to navigate through tight spaces. He's got a killer crossover that can leave defenders stumbling. And his ability to change pace? It's like he's got a gear that other players don't. He'll lull defenders to sleep with a slow dribble, then suddenly explode past them. Now, Kawamura's got a shot at the NBA with the Memphis Grizzlies, but what will it take for him to stick? First, he needs to prove he can defend at the NBA level. Being small isn't just a challenge on offense, it's a huge hurdle on defense too. He'll need to use his quickness and basketball IQ to stay in front of bigger, stronger guards. This means studying opponents, understanding tendencies, and using his lower center of gravity to his advantage. It's not just about not being a liability, it's about turning his size into a strength on defense. Second, he's got to show he can shoot consistently from NBA range. The three-point line in the NBA is further back than in international play. If Kawamura can knock down threes reliably, it'll open up his passing game even more. Defenders will have to respect his shot, which means they'll have to play him closer. And when defenders play close, that's when Kawamura's speed and passing ability become even more dangerous. Third, he needs to adapt to the physicality of the NBA. This isn't just about strength, it's about endurance. The NBA season is a grind, and Kawamura will need to show he can handle the wear and tear. This means countless hours in the weight room, working on his conditioning, and learning how to take care of his body over a long, grueling season. But there are challenges. The Grizzlies' roster is stacked, and spots are limited. They've already signed Scottie Pippen Jr. to a standard contract, which makes Kawamura's path even tougher. The competition for roster spots in the NBA is fierce, and Kawamura is fighting an uphill battle. And let's be real, his size is a double-edged sword. While it gives him certain advantages, it also makes him a target on defense. NBA coaches will try to exploit mismatches, and Kawamura will need to prove he can hold his own. This means not just defending well, but being smart about when to switch, when to fight through screens, and when to call for help. The language barrier is another hurdle. Basketball might be a universal language, but communication with teammates and coaches is crucial. Kawamura's working hard on his English, but it's yet another challenge he's got to overcome. In the fast-paced world of the NBA, being able to quickly understand and relay information is vital. But Kawamura's got some things working in his favor too. The NBA has seen a shift towards smaller, quicker lineups in recent years. Teams are valuing speed and skill over size more than ever before. This trend could work in Kawamura's favor, as his skill set fits perfectly into this new paradigm. Moreover, the global nature of the NBA means teams are always on the lookout for international talent. Kawamura's success could open doors not just for himself, but for other Japanese players. He could be a trailblazer, paving the way for a new generation of Asian basketball stars. Kawamura's journey is about more than just making an NBA roster. It's about proving that skill, determination, and hard work can overcome physical limitations. It's about showing that basketball truly is a global game, where talent can come from anywhere. As the preseason progresses, Kawamura's performances have been turning heads. His no-look passes have gone viral on social media, with fans and analysts alike marveling at his court vision and creativity. In a recent game against the Indiana Pacers, he dished out 7 assists and scored 10 points in just 25 minutes of play. These aren't just good numbers, they're a statement. But stats don't tell the whole story. Watch Kawamura play, and you'll see a player who makes his teammates better. He's constantly communicating, pointing out open teammates, calling out defensive assignments. His basketball IQ is off the charts, and it's infectious. Players around him seem to play with more energy, more purpose. The Grizzlies' coaching staff has taken notice. Head coach Taylor Jenkins has praised Kawamura's work ethic and ability to run the offense. He sees things before they happen, Jenkins said in a recent press conference. That's not something you can teach. It's instinct, and Yuki's got it in spades. But praise from coaches doesn't guarantee a roster spot. The NBA is a business, and decisions often come down to numbers. Can Kawamura's production outweigh the potential defensive liabilities? Can his playmaking ability make up for his lack of size? These are the questions that the Grizzlies' front office will be grappling with. As the final preseason game approaches, the pressure is mounting. For Kawamura, this isn't just a game, it's an audition, a chance to prove once and for all that he belongs in the NBA. Every pass, every shot, every defensive stand could be the difference between realizing his dream and having to look elsewhere. But regardless of what happens, Kawamura's journey is already inspirational. He's shown that with enough determination and skill, no obstacle is too big to overcome. He's given hope to undersized players everywhere, proving that heart can indeed triumph over height. As the preseason winds down, Kawamura's NBA dream hangs in the balance. Will his flashy passes and lightning speed be enough? Or will the challenges prove too much? The clock's ticking, and with one preseason game left, Kawamura's got everything to play for. Will he become the next underdog story in the NBA, or will his journey take him elsewhere? The basketball world is watching, waiting to see if this 5'8" dynamo can stand tall among giants. Whatever happens, one thing's for sure. Yuki Kawamura has already left an indelible mark on the game of basketball.